51st over. And drives it, and it's over the head of the bowler, and the fielders at mid-off and mid-on converge to stop that one. Comes into bowl, and oh, good Yorker, gets it out, and it goes into the extra cover region for a dot ball. So Riverside have pretty much held on to their same strategy of stacking the cover region on the offside with fielders. Right now there are 4 fielders saving one, and then leaving the gaps on the leg side and asking the batsman to play across the line. Comes into bowl. Oh, and it's worked down to the 3rd man region, and they get 1. They're going to go for 2. Can they go for a 3? Surely they'll go for a 3rd. And they do. Very good running there. Another 3. In the 39th over, they scored a 3 in the first ball of the over. Then in the 50th, they scored a 3 in the second. And now in the 51st over, they've scored a 3 in the 3rd. So first, second and 3rd ball of the over, they've scored a 3. Comes into bowl and works it onto the leg side, but only as far as mid-on. Comes into bowl and leaves it alone. Comes into bowl and works it to mid-on for a dot ball. That's the end of the over. It is 58 for 4, Diamond Creek, and there's been occasional gusts of wind. It's been quite cool, the wind. It's definitely in the low 20s or in the high teens right now. It's very pleasant, not hot or humid at all, and leaves it alone. Now, for the first time in the day, we have some blue sky off on the horizon, but above us is still entirely overcast, and it's just the different shades of grey. Patches of darker, patches of brighter, the sun trying to burst through here, the sun being completely blocked over there. Comes into bowl and tries to play the cut shot, but the ball skids on and the keeper has to take it down near his shins. This variable bounce is causing some bad shots both from Divine and this batsman, when they just are not able to notice when the ball skids on, and then they look kind of silly when they miss it entirely. Comes into bowl. And it's gone, it's missed the gully as a cut shot, and it's 4. The umpire signals 4. So a cut shot that was a bit of an edge, a top edge, goes between the gap between slip and gully for 4. So a very nice shot there. Comes into bowl and works it onto the leg side, but only as far as mid-wicket for a dot ball. Now the wind is getting a bit more intense. Hayden's a bit talk about. Comes into bowl and Caught in the gully. Well, this batsman had survived for quite a long time, played a number of very exciting and very interesting shots, but through his expansive aggression, he has eventually come undone, caught in the gully. So Devine is still not out. He needs to keep going, keep guiding this Diamond Creek score to something respectable. Running out of drink. And out comes the new batsman for Diamond Creek. So now, as the fifth wicket that has fallen for Diamond Creek, and now problems in terms of the number of wickets they've got in hand, because we've still 28 overs to go before the end of the innings. How are they going to be able to survive that with just 5 wickets in hand? Last ball of the over, and tries to work it away and field in the extra, the sort of cover point region. So a wicket. It's 62 for 5. This is the 53rd over. Comes into bowl and drives it into the cover region for a dot ball. Comes into bowl and it's worked down the leg side. They got 1. They're going to get 2. The fielder around that slip has run around, and they're going to go for a 3rd on the arm. And they get it. 3 runs there. Very nicely played by Devine. He was able this time to lean back. He didn't try to get underneath it or on top of it. Instead, he leaned back, giving himself the extra time he needed in order to make good contact. And so it was shifting his body weight onto the back foot, which allowed him to play that shot rather than moving his feet around or moving his arms around too much. Comes into bowl. So, an aggressive cover drive. The ping from the fielder at point, and Devine gets home at the non-striker's end, and the fielder at mid-on backs it up. And leaves it alone. And there is a taxi coming through Coventry Oval for some reason. And it's parking. I wonder what the taxi's doing here. Comes into bowl and works it on, and oh, it's down to the fine leg region. They get 1. They go for 2. Yep, 2 runs there. Very nice. Taxi decided to come into Coventry Oval. Very nice. Last ball of the over. Oh, tries to do the same again but misses. 5 runs off that over. It's 67 for 5. Comes in the bowl. And caught in the slip. Devine has thrown his wicket away. So much hard work playing a dumb shot. And that's the end of that. So the innings that was holding this innings together is gone. So Riverside, another huddle for them. They've just taken the 6th wicket of Diamond Creek, and now they're in a situation where not only is Diamond Creek's run rate very low, but they can bowl out at Diamond Creek and be chasing by this evening. Diamond Creek might be in the field before the day's out. And so Devine walking back. He batted for a very long time, did a lot of good work, and he gets a very polite round of applause there. So the new batsman okay. Now, what are Diamond Creek going to do? They're 6 for 67. Comes into bowl. Oh, plays it very late. At the last minute, realising the ball's on the stumps and defends it. Comes into bowl. And drives it, and it goes to the mid-off fielder for a dot ball. Comes into bowl and drives it, and this time it goes to mid-off, and a wicket. He's run out, going for the quick single. 2 wickets in the over. A duck for the new batsman, running himself out, trying to get off the mark. Very, very nice piece of fielding there. I cannot tell you just how good that piece of fielding that is. He had to, so the ball went into the wide mid-off area. The fielder was a right-hander, so he had to run around the ball, pick up the ball, get his body weight into position to throw it, and then hit the stumps pretty much square on, so he would have only had 1 and maybe 1.5 stumps to aim at, and he was able to hit the stumps and get the run out through a direct throw. It's just a terrific piece of fielding there. So, 2 wickets in this over, no runs, and now the collapse into oblivion that we feared that Diamond Creek might fall into seems to be starting. They've lost 3 wickets in the last 3 overs. Comes into bowl and drives it to mid-off for a dot ball. So, a double wicket maiden. It is 67 for 7. Alright, so this is the 55th over. At least Diamond Creek are scoring more than run per over now, thanks to some good scoring that they've done recently. Comes into bowl. And works it on his toes down to the fine leg region. There's no fine leg fielder. They get one, they're going to go for two. Could they go for a third on the arm? No, they do not. 2 runs there. So, they were 62 for 4 halfway through the 52nd over. So, they've lost 3 wickets for 5 runs, which made them become 67 for 7, and now that 2 makes them 69 for 7. Comes into bowl and drives it into the extra cover region for a dot ball, and there are still 4 fielders in the cover region. Point, cover point, extra cover and mid-off, all saving one, pretty much all at the same level of distance away from the batsman. And drives it, and again it goes to the cover point fielder for another dot ball. It's just going to be impossible to score a lot of runs through the covers, and when you're bowling at full outside the off stump where your optimal shot is going to be the drive, it means that batting is not going to be the easiest thing to do. Comes into bowl, and it's short, and it skids on, and he leaves it on length, leaves it alone. Comes into bowl. Oh. And he's out. I'm not sure what that was out. Was that out LBW? But that's out. I don't even know if it was caught behind or LBW, but that's out. So yet another wicket has fallen. And Diamond Creek's woes go from terrible to tragic, and now they've lost yet another wicket. 69 for 8 they are presently, losing 4 wickets in as many overs. They are now running out of wickets before they're running out of overs. So now the possibility of a Riverside innings beginning this evening is very much on the cards. With still 25 overs to go, so 2 wickets in hand now. Last ball of the over, and drives it. And again, the fielders in the cover region secure it. So another wicket has fallen. It's 69 for 8. And defends it. This is the 56th over. Still 5 overs to go before the drinks break, and leaves it alone. So 31 runs to get into the double figures. 24 more overs after this to bat out. There are a lot of overs. Comes into bowl. and leaves it alone again outside the off stump. They're bowling a lot of half volleys to this batsman, and it's going away from him because of the angle, tempting him to play the cover drive, and there's a huge gap in the cover region, but he's not being tempted by it so far. Comes into bowl and pushes it into the field, and mid-off collects it. So the two fielders that are a bit deeper are mid-off and cover point, and then there is a short extra cover. So if he tried to play a very hard, aggressive cover drive and beat that short fielder, he could get runs. And drives it past the bowler, and oh, it's gonna, and they're gonna get a run. Run on a misfield. Yes? Yeah, I do.
What's your channel?
Okay, so my channel is currently called Stuart Mukmuk.
Yeah.
But if you can't find it, you could search Diamond Creek Cricket or something like that. It comes up first time when I try it.
Okay.
Comes into bowl. And it's all... Oh, wow. I thought that was an outside edge. Into the over, it's 70 for 8. 57th over. And leaves it alone. And leaves it alone again. So now, they've decided to, the fielders at point, cover point, and mid-off are a bit deeper. They've gone about 3 or 4 meters deeper, and the short cover is much more shorter, and so it's much more an exaggerated tactic. And drives it to mid-on for a dot ball. So there's the field on the offside. So a huge gap in the extra cover region. Either hitting it over the fielder at short extra cover or past him could bring about runs. And that's clearly the temptation, the trap that's being set. Comes into bowl and leaves it alone. Comes into bowl and leaves it alone again. Comes into bowl and leaves it alone again. Not falling for that trap. It's still 70 for 8. This is the 58th over and leaves it alone again. Oh, tries to set him up for an LBW, but he gets his bat in place in time. There are 3 fielders on the leg side, a mid-on, a straight mid-wicket, and a fine leg on the fence. Comes into bowl and drives it, curling his wrists as he drives it in order to keep the ball square. Meanwhile, on the offside, there is a mid-off, a cover point, a backward point, and a gully. what a stacked offside field. And oh, bit of an inside edge, but when it goes to mid-wicket. Comes into bowl. Whoa! Last minute bailing out of that shot. That's okay. Comes into bowl and tries to play the leg glance, and it goes to mid-wicket. So another maiden. It is still 70 for 8. This is the 59th over, bowling at the Diamond Creek trail end, and leaves it alone. So, since that 8th wicket fell, there have been 20 balls, and all but one of them was a dot ball. Just the one run has been scored of this partnership. And tries to play a back foot drive, and it goes past the short cover, but then the cover point runs around to save it. This is a very, very clever tactic that Riverside have been employing all day. It's very difficult to overcome on these AstroTurf pitches that have a very thick grass. Comes into bowl and drives it, and it goes to mid-off. When you're playing on artificial grass, which the ball tends to go through faster and the ball gets roughed up faster, it's a bit easier to play your drives. But here, like, how do you get past this fortress of 4 fielders in the cover region? And tries to work it on the leg side, but it harmlessly goes to the bowler for a dot ball. Comes into bowl and leaves it alone. So, with 1 over to go before the drinks break, and then Diamond Creek have to find a way of setting a target with 2 wickets in hand and 20 overs to play, with just 70 runs on the board. And drives it, and it goes to the short, extra cover, another maiden. It is 70 for 8 still. This is the 60th over, and defends it off the front foot to the fielder at cover point for a dot ball. Comes into bowl and tries to play the cut shot, but it just doesn't bounce up as much as he'd like. Another dot ball. Comes into bowl. Oh, in outside edge, but the fielder at backward point runs around to field it. Just a few balls to go before the drinks break, unless of course the umpires decide to keep playing because it's 8 wickets down. And tries to work onto the leg side, but can't. Fielded by mid-wicket. Comes into bowl. And it's a full toss, and it goes into the covers, and they get 1. Unable to take the ball cleanly, just a small little gap. So it's 71. Oh wait, no, 1 ball left to go in the over, sorry. And defends it back to the bowler. Okay, now it is 71 for 8. And, yep, that is the drinks break. They have had 20 overs of this session. Actually, it's more. 22. Well, anyway, now it's time for the break. They'll have some more beverages. And unbelievably, for the first time today, the sun has actually burst through the clouds and we actually have a field with some sunlight on it through, I believe, the south. So the wind is being pushed from south to north, which is why the most foreboding clouds are still to the north of the ground, and or to the northwest, I should put it. Anyway, so now that we have some sunlight. Anyway, let's take a break now. Now that while the players are having their beverages, and then we'll enjoy this nice photo montage, and then we'll have the final session.
We're in the shadow of a Union train, in the pouring rain, in the city that always sleeps. You tried to take me on a holiday, I wanna crawl away, cause this place gives me the creeps. Why'd you want to bring me here? This place is like the last frontier, and they don't even sell no souvenirs, cause there's no one here to buy them. Whoa. I only wanted just a little thrill, just some time to kill in Margaritaville. But now I'm sitting in a hotel chair in my underwear with a big black bug on the windowsill. You really wanna go and hit the town, you've got your favorite evening gown, but why you even want to be around where the drinking water's brown? Whoa. Are you having fun? Are you having fun? Are you having fun? Well, I hope you're having fun. Just get me on a homeward flight. I couldn't stand another night of listening to the chickens fight from this filthy hotel window. Whoa. Are you having fun? Are you having fun? Are you having fun? Well, I hope you're having. Are you having fun? Are you having fun? Are you having fun? Well, I hope you're having fun.